So news today comes out that at first it seemed like it was going to be a late April Fool's joke, because ESPN reporter was like, "Oh, he's listed on the website," and then he was like, "LOL, just kidding, it was deleted." And so they had to wait to get the confirmation from Sirianni. So yes, he will be going back to the defensive side of the ball, which, you know, I can't completely fault him for that. I know people are sick of Patricia, but I feel like you kind of can't deny that he was good defensively for quite a while with the Patriots. So if he's going to go back to what he knows best, then the Eagles might be in a better position for that. But we shall
Yeah,
see.
I mean, absolutely. I think in the midst of how horrible the offense played last year because of him, let's not forget how many years of prolific defenses we've had. This is a guy that's been learning and developing under Belichick for so much time, and he's going to an Eagles team that, if you watch the Super Bowl at all, you can tell that they desperately needed a defense. It was
Mm-hmm.
just the utter lack of inability to stop the Chiefs in the second half, which made any lead seem, very trivial and very easy to come back from. And it was everything. It was on the ground, it was through the air, receivers, tight ends, what have you. There was really no part of the defensive game plan that the Eagles were dictating. And it was like the Chiefs could just use the same play again, throw to Kelsey down the middle. And the Eagles had no answer whatsoever. And so when you talk about that kind of strategic game planning, anybody in the Belichick tree, that's kind of their specialty. That being
Mm-hmm.
said, and I think, in a way, I think it's a good thing for both teams. I think the Eagles needed a guy like that, and I think the Patriots needed to get rid of a guy like that.
Yeah. And Belichick didn't want to pay him. So, because I don't
Right.
know if people realize that the reason why he probably was around for the last 2 years was because he was still under contract with the Lions. The second that they stopped paying for him, Belichick's like, all right, well, I'm not paying you to keep you. And it's the same thing with Joe Judge. He's probably going to be gone next year after his contract with New York runs out.
Right.
So, but again, Joe Judge going to special teams, that's a good thing. Special teams has basically sucked, ironically, since he left to go to the Giants. So, yeah, I think this is a good move. But, with the article that I wrote today, I specify in it too that you have to remember last year wasn't completely on Patricia's shoulders. Was he a huge contributor to it? Yes, but we can't excuse Belichick. We can't excuse Joe Judge. We can't excuse these other people that were involved in the
Right.
offense's mess too. This is just one cog that's now gone that we won't have to worry about for next year.
Right.
Yeah, it just and to me, the Eagles needed a guy like that. Talking with Kyle and in the underground, that was the biggest issue with the Eagles team this year was
Yeah.
that Jonathan Gannon just was not the right fit for that defensive coordinator role. And if there's one thing that I will praise Patricia on because of the Belichick coaching tree, it is being able to adjust at halftime. And, he is good in that role. To me, that it just seems like the Eagles just needed anybody who has a defensive background and a couple Super Bowl hardware to go with it. So that is an added element to it, and they have a talented defense. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like they have a Son Reddick. They brought Bradbury back. Like there's a couple other guys too. Whatever, I can't think of it right now. But the point is that there's talented guys around there, similar to what he's had before. I think it's a good fit for him, and it gets him the hell away from New England because there's just no need for Matt Patricia in this next chapter of New England Patriots football.